So the second one is to stay aware of your surroundings. So when you go up, you want to make sure you can see who's around you. So I know that there's nobody behind me. There's a window that's a lot of sun. There's no shade on it. You know that Matt's over here to my right, Sam's to my left, and everybody's facing this way. Now, if I kept my head down and I was not aware of that, and I start walking, and I don't really pay attention to this man because I'm too timid or I'm too shy, I look like a prime target if he was going to attack me. He would not attack me if I was very aware of my surroundings. So if we were over here, and I was going to walk past him, if I was like this and I just kept walking, I'm an easy target. If he's going to attack me, he's going to attack somebody who keeps their head down and poses no threat to him. If I was to walk past him and I was looking at him like this, it's a little bit different scenario. Now, I'm not saying that you have to stare down every person that you go by, all right? Because there'd be a lot of times that you'd have to stare at more than one person. But if you're just alert and you're standing and your hands are up and you're able to look at them, you can even acknowledge them. Hey, because that takes out the element of surprise, and that is of utmost importance. You put yourself in a position where they know they can't just take you away, or they can't just attack you. If they know you're going to defend yourself, you're most likely not going to get attacked, and that's huge, that's important. So we have your intuition, and we have being aware of your surroundings. So the third thing, which you already covered, is we're going to fight back. So at any point, if this man grabs me, or if I feel threatened, I'm going to physically attack him back. Why? Because I know that if I strike him and he falls, I'll run away. I don't necessarily know that if he grabs me and he punches me in the face and I fall, that he'll stop right there. His intention could be to steal my wallet. His intention could be to hurt me. His intention could be any sexual assault or rape. So if I'm being able to be proactive, and we'll go over this again, if I'm proactive in what I do, I know he grabs me, I strike him, I go away. Now, how offsetting and disrupting would it be for this man if he grabs me, immediately I open palm him in the face and I walk away? His mindset is totally different, right? Versus, and a lot of people, and if you've done any kind of self-defense stuff and you don't understand these concepts, this is what will happen. Maybe you have 10, 15 years of self-defense experience, but you don't have these concepts down. So I'm a black belt, I've done this for a long time. I do great in the dojo. And what happens is he grabs me and I freeze. Because I wasn't aware and I had nothing in plan for this defense. I've done this a million times, I've done all this, but he grabbed me and this is real, and I just froze. And that's what we're going to get you away from in this seminar in an hour and a half, where you can attack and then run away. All right? So the first thing is trusting your intuition, the inner voice, listening to it and acting on it. The second one, be aware of your surroundings. Let's get your man still in front of me. And the third one is if somebody attacks you, you're going to fight back physically. All right? Make sense? All right. So let's jump on the mat. We're going to go over your physical stuff. So the first thing is my self-defense stance. Now, I'm right-handed, so I'm going to do it as a right-hander. If you're left-handed, everything's opposite. The first thing I do is I make sure my right foot is back and my left foot is just a little bit forward, so I'm nice and loose. My hands just come up just like this. Now, I'm showing him I'm being assertive, right? I'm just like, hey, buddy, listen, leave me alone. I don't have any problem with you. My hands are up. If he goes to strike me, I'm already here, right? From this stance, I can strike, I can kick, I can knee. If he goes to take me down and rush me, I can take it. So this stance is very versatile. I can also step and then move. So with your partners, the first thing you're going to do, you're going to first meet your partner. If his name tag's on his hand, you stare at his bicep. And then from here, you're going to put your left foot forward if you're right-handed, right foot back. And the reason is all your power will come from your back hip when we do our strikes. So have fun with this. Meet somebody if you don't already know him. And then what we're going to do is just come in here. And what we're going to say is just stay back, stay away from me. So we're just going to start that verbal directive cue. Because if he's like this and you just go like this, he has no idea what you want. He know you went like that, that's great. But he has no idea what your intention is. So you're trying to control the situation versus have the situation control you. Okay? All right, so give that a try. Pick a partner. So your stance is your left foot out, right foot back, hands up, and you just say, stay away from me. So each of you will have a scenario that would get you pretty fired up. So if you're a mother and you have a kid, and I'm the kid and Matt grabs me, right, and pulls me, and you saw that, how would that make you feel? Would you still be like, stay away from my kids? Right? Or would you be fired up? Or would you really want to kind of intervene in that scenario? If you don't have children, and if it was your mother, And so now Matt took your mother, who's 78 years old, okay? And then he grabs her and pulls her out of her chair, right? Would that get you fired up? So there's something that will get you a little bit fired. I'm not saying you have to go insane and start jumping around. But what you want to do is you want to get that internal conviction that if he comes out and I'm like, stay away. So now I gave him that verbal directive. And now what you see, since I actually played it the correct way, he actually stopped when I said it. And we've done this seminar before. So when I'm here and he comes up, stay away! See how he froze? I didn't freeze. He did because I already had a game plan. And so there, I could come right in and then go. So really quickly, just 2-3 times, kind of think about something real quick and then tell him. Give him that verbal directive that you need this man to stay away from you. All right? Really quick. Now we're training you to do 1 or 2 strikes and then run away. That's self-defense. Self-defense is not some long, prolonged thing where I punch him and he punches me. That's not what we're teaching you. And you wouldn't want to do that anyway. You'd all mess up your pretty faces. So from here, what you do is just come in and just come straight. Now notice my hips from here. All I'm doing is just rotating the same hip forward. So my open palm, and you're going to do this with your partners, comes from here. Turn this way a little bit. In and then through. From here and through. So now when I really do it, watch my body. And here, and here. So now if this is this, good day for me, bad day for him. Okay? So that's what we're doing. We're coming in here, then when you take it, you just come through and here. Now this open palm I can use in a couple different ways. I can come straight this way. Eventually you'll see I can come this way and box the ears. If he's grabbing me and I can't get him, I can also take my open palm straight to the groin and then run away. So that 1 strike I'm giving you, we have 3 or 4 different options that you can then use. So with your partner, hands are up in here, and you can do it, play it up. Have fun with this and be easy about it. From here, I'm just coming in, stay away! Right? Think about that. You freaked on that guy, he was going to attack you, you said stay away, and immediately hit him in the face, and then you ran away. Alright? Good? Alright, so hands up, use that palm, rotate that hip, go straight through the pad. If you break the pad, don't worry about it. So the second one is called our hammer fist. Now the great thing about this hammer fist is it uses the fleshy part of my hand, that's technical, to drop down this way. Okay? So when I'm here, I'm like, stay away from me, I don't have a problem with you. And he keeps pressing. My hands are up here. All I'm doing is taking my hammer fist from here and dropping it straight down. So I'm not using the knuckles again. I don't want to break anything. I just want to get in and get out. So I'm coming in here and I just drop. Now, the biggest thing, and you'll get this as you go through the strikes, is I don't like this, right? It looks great. Probably getting a lot of points on the street. Like, that's pretty cool right there. But what you want to do is you want to take the hammer fist and drive through. Right there. So now imagine this guy approached you. You like, stay away from me. All you know is the hammer fist. That's all you pay attention to at the seminar. Right? So from here, and you just went bang. You're good. And the good thing is, even if you miss, you're still going to freak the guy out. Because again, if he attacked me, he didn't expect me to attack him back. Who goes out, and I look at him, and I'm like, I think he's really going to attack me back if I attack him. And be like, oh yeah. And like, just go like attack him. Not many people are going to do that. Alright? So, if that happens, I'm like, hey buddy, what's your problem? Bang. You're good to go. Right? Self-defense is quick, it's easy, and a lot of times you know what you're going to do before it happens. Alright? So the hammer fist is just like this. I just make a fist. Right? I usually put the thumb on top. Doesn't matter where you put it, except down, the palms. So from here, I just come in, straight through. Now, if you have a white dot, you just kind of go for that. That'd be his nose. Right? Here. Now, the hammer fist, nose, I can go side of the face. If he comes from behind this way and tries to grab me, I can hit the groin. Then I'll turn this way so you guys can see that. If he comes from behind me, I can hit the groin. And then if all I know is the hammer fist, I can hit the groin here, come here, and just keep going like this, and eventually knee. All right? So hammer fist from here, just drop straight down. If you miss, it doesn't matter because you're going to hammer fist, and you can hammer fist, and then you open palm. So as we're going to give you the basis of everything. We've got the stance. We have 2 strikes that'll work majority of the time, and then we're going to give you some other good stuff. Put it together, and I'm just giving you the ingredients, and you kind of make the pop. All right. All right. So here, hammer fist, and open palm if you want to practice that again. Straight through. All right. I also can use my left hand, but I'm showing you with my right. All right. So hammer fist, straight down. Don't break anything. Give it a try. The next one's going to be the boxing of the air. So just to recap on that. Oh, good. Quick. All right, so we'll recap anyway. We had open palm, we had hammer fist. Our three concepts was listening to your intuition, staying aware of your surroundings, and then fighting back if you have to. Remember, it's always better to get away first, but if you're pressed or if you feel your life in danger, it's always better to attack and then run away. All right? So, from here, our next one is boxing of the ears. So basically what I do is I take two open palms, and I just clap my hands. So I'd be here, everybody, listen, leave me alone, stay away from me. Now see how he's pressing? I could still do my open palm, I could still do my hammer fist, but he's so close, and this is so good, that I just have to do this. All right? So from here, I'm just coming in, boxing, just like this. Now, I'll let you guys do it yourselves. If you just lightly touch, right? We're good. Now imagine this, if this is his hand, if this is his ears, right here, in here. All right? So, when I come here, bang, I'm good to go. So basically from here, it's going to corrupt his balance, disrupt his equilibrium, and he's going to be all sorts of messed up. All right? And then all I have to do is just go like that, and then run away. So I'm here, now it's nothing like this, it's just in and clap. Just clap. When you do it with your partners, you're just going to put your hands like this, just take it in, and you do the same thing. He approaches you, stay away, and here. The good thing about this is you can even touch very lightly, and you're still going to get your desired effect. Now, if you're amped up and your adrenaline's going, and you come here, you're good to go. So now we gave you three different strikes. You could do open palm, hammer fist, box the ears. That's a good combo. If you're getting it down, you go, and you just look. All right? All right, so we're going to give you another mitt pad. Just come in and just clap, and that goes to the ears. So now from here, we're going to go with a finger poke. The good thing about this finger poke, it requires no force to do it. All right? Also, if I'm moving backwards, say he's pushing me backwards, I can also hit it in his eyes and then get away. So the finger poke is nice because it's quick, it's effective, it's close, and all you have to do is extend your arm. No power to need. Now the big thing with this finger poke is I'm just taking all my fingers and just throwing them to his eyes like this. I'm not trying to pinpoint. I'm just taking my hand and just throwing it. All I have to do is just catch an eyelid, the eye, or the side of the eye, and I'm good to go. And a lot of times what we'll do, so our stance is like this. I'm a right-hander. My left arm is forward. I'll use that one to strike. And watch this. 1 to 2. So I'm using that to set up. Bang, bang, or bang, and bang. And the reason I can do that, you can do that with all the strikes, but with this one, it's just a quick. So say he didn't have the mitt pads, and he was approaching me. Right? I could even be backing up. But buddy, listen, stay away, stay away. And I just come in here. See how you just flick it? Bang, and then you come right through. So you're starting to put this stuff together, and I saw a lot of you doing the combos 1, 2, and 3. That was excellent. If you did that in a real self-defense situation, you're good. You're going to be really good. So from here, the finger poke is just this. Good? When you have that, so the pad will be up, use your front arm, and then pick your favorite strike. Or whatever you want. And if you want to be a real badass, you just go. Alright, give that a try. Alright, let's bring it up. That's just fine. Alright, so we're going to quickly, we're going to take 2 minutes and just review all the strikes. Alright, so the first one is your open palm. So I'm coming in here, use my stance. Everything comes from the hips. From here, straight through. So I'm in, here, and here. The biggest thing, I haven't seen it lately, but when we first started, it was this. Right? And now, shoots, that side found it funny. So from here, this is in, straight through. There's your open palm. Your second one was your hammer fist, which, as we know, works very well. From here, coming straight down, in here. Your third one was your boxing of the ears, which would just be here. Your fourth one was your eye gouge, or finger poke rather, just like this. And your fifth one was the boxing of the ears with the eye gouge. So we had open palm, hammer, box the ears, finger poke, and then boxing the ears with the eye gouge. So practice that about 5 times each, get a good thing going, and we're going to switch to your legs. All right, give it a try. Try not to hit each other with the hammer. So just to show you, you take a little break, just to show you how this is going to go together. I'm going to give you a striking combo. Now we're going to combine the hands and the feet. And by all means, if you ever want any water's a dollar over there. There's a water fountain. So with your partner, this is what you're going to do about 10, 15 times. My hands are up. He puts the pads up for me. My combo today is going to be open palm, and then I'm going to knee. All right, so I'm going to come here, in. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. All right. So the only difference you have to do with holding the pads is after I do my 1, 2, you just going to double up. I'm just going to grab and then knee. So this way you can see in an altercation I can use this actual combo to defend myself. Bang, bang, here. So if you have no pads, same thing. And I'm breathing out just so I remember to breathe. So also, because if he comes and hits me, I want to force the air out. So I'm making like a TS sound. You can say whatever you want. From here, you can say Mark is awesome. From here, you might pass out, but it's right. So there, what we're going to do from here, we're going to come 1, 2, there. Do it 10, 15 times. Switch up. I'll give you your second one, and then we're going to transfer over into like grab defenses and stuff like that. Okay. So do that real quick. Feet. Open palm, hammer fist. Okay, so I'm going to come in. Now watch the little rotation of my hips. Now again, these strikes can go anywhere. So I can go bang, bang, and here. You can use these strikes. In altercation, you're not trying to map it out when you get it. You just know where to strike and you just do it. And if you mess up, do something else. All right? So from here, bang, bang, drop. So 1, 2, straight down. All right, real quick, we had trusting your intuition, staying aware of your surroundings, fight back if you need to. Our hand strikes were our open palm, hammer fist, box the ears, finger poke, and then box the ears with a gouge. So we're going to go over 3 quick kicks from here. So everything is still from my stance. So the first one is my front ball kick. All I'm doing is I'm going to bring my knee up and extend my leg up and just keep my toes back. If that's too much, just think about how you walk. So go to walk, and then just bring the knee up and then kick. This is a nice kick because it's straight, it's quick, it's effective. It can cause a lot of damage to get away. So I'm just in here, and in here, more, up, and I kick through it. Everything is through. So I'm in here. I'm like, buddy, listen, leave me. Stay away from me. I don't want any problems with you. So then you kick through, and then eventually you'll pop up. So now without the pads, so you guys can see where it's at. If he was here and maybe he was in like a threatening stance to me, I'm looking at him straight in the eye. Right? I don't want any problems. My hands are here, so I'm actually mimicking where his hands are. I just use my front ball kick to come straight in, like that. Always get the sound. All right, so from here, look, bang, and I come straight in, and there I am. So that front ball kick is pretty effective. Since you guys didn't know what I was going to do, and he didn't know what I was going to do, you can see how surprising that would be to this man who's up here. Go, buddy, listen, leave me alone. And then I'm stepping back, pop in, and I can come in. All right? So with your partners, we're going to come up and come in here. What we're going to do is the people who are my students will hold the black shields, because I know how to hold them, and then just line up with them. And now we're going to go 3 on each side, but just kind of go in the line. All right? So we're going to take you through it. So Bobby will have a shield, John will have a shield, Big Kev over there will have a shield, Anthony can have a shield, Jay, Alicia. Okay, and go with one of them. And then after we do that, I'll bring you up your next kick and we'll stay with them. Bill will have a shield over there. Now, this is the interesting thing. You can look around you, except just don't look at Christina. Because everybody will have their legs spread apart for balance. All right? So, there you go. Good. Now from here, the reason that's so important is that gives you a direct line to the groin. Now, in any self-defense situation, you want to strike quickly to the most effective spot and then end it and then go away. So the groin is a great spot. So if I'm here, I'm looking at him in the eye, his hands are up, he's fighting, I just take my front kick, which just looks like this. So just snap, like I'm walking again, but instead of going, oh, I'm going to go up. And my toes are down, so I come in here. Straight in. All right, so I'm here, I see it.
I can do that.
Right to the groin. So it's just here, and just a little flick. Guys, this is important. All right, so he's going to grab the pad, and this is how you're going to do it. So he's going to hold down on it. I'm just going to stand up straight, up, and up from here. In here. Here. So you can imagine now if someone's attacking you, you can, and then right through. All right. So that's what you want to do. Just one here. If you kind of get, get into it now, you're loosening it up, feel pretty good. You can even throw the knee, even though I haven't taught you it yet, because all the knee is just this. And then we'll go over it. So that's your front kick versus your front ball. All right, so get that whole piece just there. What I would do is I'm going to grab onto him and hold him in this way. There's other ways you can do it, but just for now, we're going to hold on. I don't care whichever way you're going to do it. So we're going to come here. I'm going to knee one. Now with this knee, I'm not going to put it forward. I'm going to bring it right up. I'm sorry, I haven't put it forward. I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to, before taking this knee up this way, I'm going to just step this back. The reason you have to do that is you have to load up your hip flexion to get the power for the knee. You can't do this. Looks good, not so great in self-defense. So what I have to do is I have to knee, bring this back, and knee. So I'm actually using it. Now again, if this guy's intending to rape you, kill you, steal your girlfriend, you might want that here now. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you have that power in that hip to come in. All right, just like that. So with the pad, if Anthony's holding the pad, you can either put your hands on the pad here or on him. I'm going to go right, left, right. Okay, so right, bring the left foot back, left, right, and if I get really good, just like that. All right, back. You feel pretty confident with your hands and your feet, especially if you're only doing it for like 40 minutes. So the next thing we're going to go over, and this is where it becomes really important, is what's called your emergency response technique. So right now, you're going to pick out of the hand strikes the one that you like the best. You don't have to tell me what it is, that's fine. All right? But I will ask Noel what his strike was to see if he was listening. Yeah, okay. So this is the hammer. So what that means is this. If I was Noel, it's my emergency response technique. Right now, today, which is the 25th of February, 2012, I know that if anyone assaults me, whether I leave the dojo now, in the dojo, or 10 years from now, the hammer fist is going to be my technique that I do right away. And when you know that, it takes away the freezing. Because in any situation, if he walks up to me this way and screams at me, I hammer fist him. If he grabs me, I hammer fist him. If he goes to punch me, I throw my hand up and I hammer fist him. If he bear hugs me from here, I hammer fist him. All right? Anything that happens, I'm going to hammer fist him right away. And what that does is, that gives me a plan. And so now if he just comes up to me and says, I wasn't aware, I don't freeze. I put my hands up, I said, buddy, stay away from me. No. He says no. All right? So that's his technique. You're all going to have your own technique, whether it's open palm, hammer fist, finger poke, whatever. When we do this drill now, so this is your ERT, or your emergency response technique, he's going to come up to me, I'm going to say, stay away from me. He's going to press, then you're going to throw your strike. Just make sure your partner knows what it is. Mine's open palm. All right? Listen, stay away from me, stay away. He puts his pad up, I come straight through. All right? That's mine. Now, the one thing I didn't tell you, if I'm a woman, which I'm not, so from here, you're only laughing because you know it's true. So from here, keep digging that hole. I dig out of it. So, what we're going to do, from this position, if I'm a woman, he's going to be yelling at me. I want my voice above his. That's important. So if he's yelling at me,
where's your problem?
Stay away from me.
No.
I have no problem.
No, you're coming with me.
All right, and then I do my stuff. If I'm a male, which I am, I want it at the level. And here's the reason. If I'm a woman, I want to show I'm assertive and aggressive. If I'm a male, I want it to be at the level because I don't want to escalate the scenario. But if I'm a woman, he's coming at me, and he's here, I'm here, instantly that shows that I'm being assertive, and that this may not be the person you want to pick up. All right? But as a male, if I do that, if he does that, and he's yelling at me.
What's your problem?
Stay away from me!
No!
What are you doing?
No, I'm in space.
So he would keep escalating the situation, which I don't want. So I don't want to show that I'm weak, but I want to make sure for the male on male, you're here, and if you're a female versus the male, you're here. Okay, if it's female versus female, we're about the same, or you can be a little bit above. All right, but you never want to be like, oh, don't hurt me. Right? Not going to turn out well. So what we're going to do, this is the drill. I know what my emergency response technique is. He approaches me. I get on my stance. Stay back. Stay back.
No.
And I come right through. All right. Now, one thing in any kind of self-defense situation, nothing's going to be perfect. So You know, if you're off balance and you throw it, what's going to happen? It depends. It could be snowing. Just make sure you do your technique. If you miss, just throw the other one with the other hand. Or just keep throwing. Right? Because we told you, it was intuition, it was being aware, and it was fighting back if you had to. Okay? So practice that. Tell your partner what your emergency response technique is. If you try and you don't like it, just switch it up. We're going to go for 5 minutes on this. And try to verbally diffuse it if you can. Alright, so we're going to go a little bit over the seminar if you have to even understand, but because we want to give everybody a chance to practice it, we might go a little bit over, or we will. So, now what we're going to do, we gave you your 3 concepts, which was your intuition, listening and trusting that and acting upon it, being aware of your surroundings. I know there's a few girls over here and around. And third, fighting back if you have to, if you're physically in an altercation or if you feel that you need to defend yourself. Then we went over the open palm, hammer, finger pull, box stairs, and the box stairs and the eye gouge. We did the front ball kick, a front kick, and then the knee. And then we did some combos just to get the flow. So you're all doing extremely well, and it's good that you're having fun with it because you wouldn't be here if it's not fun. And that's the bottom line. So now we're going to do some techniques where they're choking me and then grabbing me. I'm going to use the same techniques and strikes I gave you to defend this. This is why we spent so much time on it. Now, before we say all of that, you all have your ERT, or your emergency response technique. If at any point someone grabs you, you can just use that. Okay? Whatever it is. The only exception would be the choke. So, if he chokes me here, and I go to do my technique, and he's still choking me, it's not going to go so well for me. So the first thing I do in that case is I'm going to address the choke. And then if I just want to use my emergency response, it's a good thing I'm not choking you right now. No, it's fine. So if I do my defense, then I can use my emergency response technique in a way. All right. Now, here's the big thing. I told you in the beginning that you don't have to remember everything. So you're just taking what you like from this, and then you make it your own little system. With these defenses, and my students will tell you, is they're only guidelines. So I'm trying to show you a little bit, but you can make up your own defense with what I just gave you. And that's what makes our system and the way we teach it so effective. Because you have different body types, you have different preferences, you have different desires. And from everything I teach you, you put that into one thing, and that's Josh's system, and that's what he does. And it's a nice blending, and it's effective. So from here, here's the front choke. First thing I do, my universal choking sign would be this. That's exactly what I do in this case. So I'm in my stance from here, or if not, I just get in it. I'm going to come right on his hands where his thumbs are choking me. So if you can see it. And we'll come over here so you can see it. Right here. Right. Now, from here, what I'm going to do is come up here and just pull down. So, even if he's bigger than me, I'm working against the body. So if the thumbs can't connect, I just pull it off. So now I can breathe. So if he's choking tight, 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 so I can't breathe, you feel it? I just pull down. There's my space. All right, so I'm in here, here, up, 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 and I'm down. Now from this point, very simple. Bang. Again, if you wanted to, you can come over and do what you have to do. We like to throw either the knee, bang to the groin, or a front kick straight to the groin here. All right. So he's choking me. I pluck the choke off here. So he's choking me tight, tight, tight. Pluck the choke off. Kick. If he's too close, you knee. Then from there, all I'm going to do is pluck, strike, and then grab. And at this point of the seminar, you should know what's going to happen here. 1, 2, 3. Now, I'm still holding on to him, so what I'll do is I'll just turn and throw him straight down to the ground. From here, I'm just going to come over to his ankle and just step on it. Okay? And the reason I do that is this. Because if I just did this defense on this man, I took him down, I did all my knees, stuff like that. I threw him to the ground. I started running away. He got up, chased me, and tackled me. I didn't do my job of defending myself. But if I can sprain the ankle, or in some cases break it, he can't chase after me. Which scenario would you rather have? Right? The one where you could just walk away. So when we do that, that's why we actually end up stomping. Just straight down, little stomp, bang, and then go. All right? So with this technique, with your partners, have fun with this. He chokes here, hands up, like, please don't choke me. Pull off, get your kick, and then all I do with my hands is just slide in. Look, if I know what I'm doing, box the ears, I got you. Then grab it. 1, 2, 3. 3. Now, like I said, that's just a guideline. The one thing you have to do is pluck it off. Here, and just pull down. Right where the thumbs are, you pull down. If in the middle of it, you put your hands here and you get off, that's cool. It doesn't matter, as long as he's not choking you. And then do your stuff. So the technique is here, plucking, kicking. Now, if you want to do your strikes, you can do that. Right? Everything's good. So from here, bang, kick, grab, 1, 2, 3, and throw down. Those of you not with one of my students, we'll have students walking around my Now, here's the next one. We're going to give you a back choke. So from here, I'm going to show you with 2 variations, but I'm going to have you practice 1. The first one is my hands come up and I'm actually grabbing behind. Again, if someone's choking me from here, my hands are up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to step and then just pull them down, the pluck from behind. Pluck, and then elbow, bang, come in, and strike. So you guys can see. I was doing the first defense. He's choking. I grab where the hands were and just pull them off. It's all about the thumbs, because he has no power there. If I do any other way, he'll be able to keep it. But since I'm pulling down on the 45, the thumbs come apart. And eventually, you just grab them. You have control. So from here, plucking down, stepping. Here's my elbow, just a back elbow. This way, I can hit the groin, hit the face, I'm going to back in. And then I can actually take it straight down. All right? So that's and that's just a pluck. You can try it. The one we're really going to do, because it's a little bit easier, is if he's choking me, I'm going to throw my hand straight up into the sky. Just like this. So he's choking. He might be pushing me forward, up, and then rotate off. Now, why does that work? Well, because I'm reducing the surface area with his hand, and it's actually lifting with me. Up straight, over the top. This will grab. And from here, this hand is going to make a fist straight to the ribs. Bang, and you can come over the top. Bang. The reason we come here is because if he's too tall, I get him a little bit lower, open palm the face, slide in, and then you have 1, 2, 3. All right? So if we do it from this way so they can see it. He chokes tight, all the way up, bang, over the top, slide in, 1, 2, 3. Now you can see I use a different grip than last time because it doesn't matter. All I have to do is grab on and throw a couple knees, and then throw him down. So once you get this, wrap this up, bang, in. Eventually, if you do what you're doing, you can break the arm, and then take him straight down, right from there. All right. So the back choke, just putting it up, rotating, give it a little nice shot here. If you're not fond of using your fist, use an open palm or a hammer fist, make it work for you. I just turn it. I do my stuff, right? All you gotta do with this is just throw it away. And you can just take it and throw it. And if I wanted to buy myself some time, you know what I would do? Break it. Well, I would just come like this and just step in. Up straight from my knee. See it? So when I was here, you did a little stuff. I gave you a little, it was my fault. I gave you a little bit of a complicated turn. So just take it here, throw it, and just step in the right angle. And then you can go to the head. Like this. Okay, and then throw it down. So the whole technique will be here, up. I'm on my, it's cool. That's the best kind of self-defense. Here, 1, 2, 3, and then throw him down. Try not to mess up his hair. Alright, single grab or double grab. Same defense. You ready for it? Don't miss it. He grabs, hammer fist. Good. Alright? So what we're going to do, single grab, hammer fist, or if you're the open palm kind of guy or girl, open palm. He does double grab, open palm. The rest is going to be up to you. What I would suggest, do some of your kicks. Right? Or if you want to do bang, 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 you can do that. So now at this point, you're starting to put things together for yourself. And when he does this, I'm either dropping here or dropping here. The minute I get touched, I come in. Now, the only other thing we're going to go over, if he's too tall. Alright? The only reason you're too tall is I'm not wearing my heels. Right. So from here, now say I just can't reach his face, right? Or say I know he has a good defense from here. We talked about the versatility of your different strikes. So if I'm here and he's grabbing me, my hands are still going to be up, but I'm going to slightly keep this a little bit lower. Alright, so I'm like, here, buddy, listen, leave me alone. And I come straight in.
What did you do?
So now I'm here. I took, you want to see what I did?
Yeah.
Cody, come here. It's okay.
This is running cocktail.
You got it.
Oh.
It shouldn't be that big. All right, now from here, he grabs. So now, see, I can't reach his face for whatever reason. My hands are here. I'm here like, buddy, listen, leave me alone. And I come straight in, right to his groin. Now you can see what happens. When he comes in, he comes lower than me. And all my shots are in. The same thing happens if he's grabbing me with one hand and say he pulls me into him really close. From here, I can't reach his face. If I can, finger poke, finger poke. If I can't, open palm. Or, lean. Alright, so give that a try. So then you do single grab or double, do your emergency response technique, and then you can make up the rest yourself. Because you all have it in you, I just kind of need your tools. So we're gonna do two more, and then I'll take some. We're gonna go over some quick stuff, and I'll take some questions at the end. So now, it's okay that we're kind of going a little bit fast with this because you saw all you gotta do is strike, and then do what you've been trained to do for the past hour. In this scenario now, we're gonna have him grab my arm and pull me. Now, from this position, if I were to pull away and he was bigger than me, he's just gonna pull me in anyway. So the better response when he goes to pull my hand is a step and then strike. Now, all I'm going to give you is this. Step, strike, and then knee. If you want to do an open palm, or if you want to do a finger poke, it's all right there. Eventually, when you kind of start putting this stuff together, I can hit, I can strike, and then I can lock them up. And then take them right to me. And I control them. Right? But for you guys, just come in here. If he grabs, pulls, bang, bang, throw your 3 knees. 1, 2, 3, and throw down. And now let me ask you a question, since most of you haven't really trained before. Would you think it would be better to have, say, 10 different attacks and 10 different defenses? Or would it be better to have 10 different attacks and like 1 or 2 defenses that work for all of them?
1 or 2.
Okay, what?
1 or 2.
1 or 2. Why? Because you won't freeze. So if you know that, just hit him, bang, you're good to go. But if every technique has a different move to it and you're not ready to do all that stuff, then you're going to freeze and your self-defense won't be effective. So again, when he comes in, it's the same defense as the single grab, the double grab. It's all pretty much the same defense as the choke. All I do is pluck first, and then I go. Right? So you can have fun with this. You can also set it up so he's just pulling it. Bang, you could just keep walking and have him pulling it. And then come in, and then bang, and knee. Alright, I'll go palm. Alright, so give that a try. We'll start with the front choke. Front choke, block, just the idea. And then we had the back choke. Right? So, and we can go over these if you need to. We had the single grab, the double grab, and the pulling wrist. All 3 are pretty much the same. Now we're going to come off 2 others, which are bear hugs. So from here, the first one, he's going to come in front with my hands like this. All right, so we can even say that he gets a good grab. He's bear hugging me. My hands are free. Now from here, I'm going to make sure I have a good base. So make sure I have a good base. My foot is here. See? I'm still in my stance that we taught you before. From here, I'm going to take my hands and box his ears, eye gouge, hammer fist, and knee. So that combo you just did at the beginning of the seminar. You came here, 1, 2, 3. My hands are still here. I just lift up. The good thing about this is because I know where his shoulders are, I know where his groin is. Usually in the middle. So from here, I knee, and now I'm ready to go. Then from there, you can do whatever you want. So you have here, bang, hit, strike, knee. If I want to knee again, so keep going until he drops. Okay? So from here, 1, 2, 3. If you know what you're doing, eventually you cut him up. Take him way down. So,
What if he's short? What if he's tall?
come on, John.
Cody.
What if you're off the ground?
John, call John. Call John.
So, 2 things. That's a good question. That means you're getting into it. Right. So, he's big, right? So my hands are up. He bear hugs me. Now, if he lifts you up, 2 things. Either hit the groin with your knee, or you just take your hands up, box is nice, and now you're back down. Right? Because no man, no how big they are, like their eyes, their ears boxed, and their eyes gouged, and their throat jabbed. Like that. Right? If he's too big and you don't want to get that close, you know what you should do? Step back a little bit, put him in the groin. He's not going to expect it. Alright? So anytime, and here's the thing, right now, if you're not used to this, it's kind of unmarked territory being so close to a man or a person to attack you. But being close in like this is a great thing. Because if he's in close, I have all my strengths. I can basically just throw my hand up and hit something. And like I saw you throw Cody down, with that same fierceness, you can just grab his ear and just pull like that. Right? Yeah, that'd be a good one to try in your partner. Right? So let's recap this real quick. From here, he comes in, box the ears, push him back if you have to. Now, because they're just guidelines, look. Right? You can do whatever you want. This is what makes it so good. And if you have long legs, like Elliot, you just push this.
That's how I fight all the time.
There you go.
Right enough.
Okay, Michael Flat. All right, so give it a try. Box the ears, I got you. They pick you up, same technique. You can also, if they pick you up and you can get the knee real quick, the knee comes up as he lifts me. So as he's lifting me up, I drive my knee into him and then go. Remember, self-defense won't be perfect, but if you fight back, you use your instincts and you just use a couple of these techniques, you'll be good. All right, so now we're going to say, okay, we're here, right? So I saw I had a catch with this. This is all good, right? Now let's say that my hands are pinned from here. So he pinned me this way. Now, Elliot had a good thing, the knee, bang. The other thing we can do, he's really pinning me. Say he's breaking my balance. Now, if I go to knee from here, I'm going to fall, right? If he falls on me, you can fall. Bang. We're coming in this way. And this is probably the last place you want to be in a self-defense situation. Okay, but you can always pinch and then get away. All right. Now, from here, what we're going to do, if he pins me here, now if I can do the knee, I have my balance, do the knee. If he's starting to pull your lower back in, I need to take my hands on his crest of his pelvis, push my butt back. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hands like an arrow, and then come straight to the groin. Like that. All right? So this would be here, and this comes in, pushing back, and the head's here. There you go. And then what you do is you just slide up, bang, slide up, and then you're back to center. All right? So you have two variations. If he's here and you're cool, just knee. If he's pulling you in, you're going to push off to get your balance first, and then I could knee, or use my hands to hit. I can use one hand too, if you know what you're doing. Then you can slide up. And actually take it to the ground. And then come in. All right, so it's 3 or 4. What's that? That's right. I should run up and get a cycle. All right, so try that real quick if you want. And then we're going to do, we had a request for one from behind. All right. So the last part, and we talked about being the proactive self-defense practitioner, where I'm not giving him cues that I'm a victim. I'm giving him more aggressive cues and being proactive and aware. So one of the biggest things you can do is holding your key. So if I'm walking anywhere, instead of just having them in my pocket like this, I'm actually holding them out, already positioned like this. Now, everything that you just learned. So if this man is scanning me and he sees like I'm looking at him and my key is like this, I'm actually lifting it so he can see it. He's going to have second thoughts about this. Again, most likely he's not just going to attack me and be like, he'll probably jab my stomach. And he's wrong. I'm going to jab his groin. But they're both the same. All right. So now, here's with the key. There's a couple ways you can hold it. Either if I just come this way and just put my finger around it and then hold the thumb on top. You can do that if you have a good grip. Okay. The other one is I can just grab it and put it in my fist like this. Whatever's more comfortable for you. The only thing with this, you have a good grip, but you can't direct it as much, so they keep you slide and stuff like that. There's two things you can do. You can stab and you can slice. Now you guys have markers and pens. It's the same thing. And in fact, it could be a pen. Say you're at Barker's Field and your boss Kevin is harassing you. You can just stab him with the pen. All right? Now, from here, what we're going to do, we're going to do the stab in like this, and we're going to do the X. So we have a stab and an X. So now imagine he comes up and like, stay away. So I have this here. I can even start piggybacking my skills with the front, with the finger poke, and then a jab. Is that right? In or a slice. Okay, in or a stab or a stab. So if you know what you're doing, I can come in and be hitting on every point of my key. Right? So now, if this is an adversary, he's just going to attack. And I took my key and I scraped his face, and he was bleeding, and he had a cut. Do you think that would be easy for him to be identified if someone picked him up? Right. So now, I sliced this man's face, he's bleeding. If this is somebody who's done this before, he'll know that now he's identifiable, by the police or yourself. Do you think he's going to most likely continue to attack me now that his face is cut open and now he's identified? Probably not, because I'm coming here, I sliced him, he knows that he now has a mark on it, and I'm continuing to strike. So he'll cower away, and then I will go. But that's a huge thing that most people won't think about. If I come in here, or if I get his eye, he can't see out of his eye. Those are all vital shots that he's going to be second guessing, and most likely will go away. If he doesn't, you just do your stuff. Bang, and you come in. Everything I just taught you, and here's your key, or here's your Sharpie. It's like a West Side Story. So from here, this is my Sharpie. I can still come in and strike him. And come in and stab him. So see my strikes? They're over here. I'm striking him, or I'm stabbing him. And so imagine that. Someone came up to you, and then you just stabbed him right here. All that stuff is good. All right? So with your partner, you take your pen and just work on just stabbing. Just let them come in and just stab it. You don't have to stab them, just in the vicinity. And then the other one is just Xing it out. So that X would go to the face. Just X. Stab, and then X. And again, if you want to role play with it, just have it. Buddy, listen, stay away. Look. Right? And then you can piggyback your skills. They come in. Right? So that's really vital, especially if you're walking your car. You just keep it out. You can hold it. You start jabbing the air, no one's gonna mess with you. Right? You'll be fine. Right. So give that a try. A couple minutes.